Hi everyone. Today I'll be looking at Schubert's use of augmented 6th chords in his song cycle Winterreise. Although I'll give a brief overview of augmented 6th chords, for a more in-depth look at their structure and various applications, please see the following article. All augmented 6th chords consist of a major third and augmented 6th interval. If only these two intervals are present, the chord is known as an Italian sixth. If an augmented fourth is added, it is known as a French sixth. And if a major third and perfect fifth are present, it's known as a German sixth. The following arrangement of an Italian sixth with the lower note of the augmented sixth interval in the bass is typically understood as the chord's root position. Even when inverted, however, the notes of the augmented sixth interval still move either to a perfect octave or to a unison, while the other notes of the various augmented sixth chord types typically resolve by step. Probably the most common location of augmented sixth chords is a minor sixth above the root note of a major or minor key. In these instances, they resolve to dominant harmony. They can, however, also be found at other distances from a chord's root note, such as a minor second with a resolution to the tonic. Both resolutions to the dominant and tonic may also include other chords. The dominant, for example, is often preceded by the initial chord of a cadential 6/4 progression, which prevents consecutives between the augmented sixth and the dominant. And the tonic may be preceded by a second inversion subdominant. These second inversion chords often result as part of voice leading and can be heard as an embellishment of the dominant and tonic chords. In some instances, however, Schubert prolongs these chords, thereby raising their significance. Schubert uses augmented sixth chords regularly throughout Winterreise. In most instances they are arranged as here in so-called root position. This German sixth uses the common root position resolution to the initial chord of a cadential 6/4, which is here in the tonic key of E flat major. The initial cadential 6/4 chord, however, is here prolonged and only moves to the dominant in bar 23 after moving through E flat major's supertonic and subdominant and a couple of secondary chords. In this example, the German sixth is used as part of a chromatic descent, beginning with this D flat major chord. In many of these songs, Schubert regularly includes augmented sixth chords as part of descending lines. Here, for example, this Italian sixth is part of a partial chromatic descent, resolving to this E flat major chord. Through this bar, Schubert uses contrary motion between the outer parts, with the presence of the Italian sixth and the other chords partially resulting from the interaction of these lines. Although beyond the scope of this present video, it's important to note that much of Schubert's harmonic usage is a product of the part writing and voice leading of the musical texture. As we've seen, the notes of augmented sixth chords typically resolve by step. Schubert does, however, occasionally use leaps from one or more of the augmented sixth chord's notes to the chord of resolution. Here, for example, this root position German sixth would typically resolve out to octave E's, harmonized with either an A major or A minor chord, sounding either as the first chord of a cadential 6/4 progression or the dominant of the keys of A major or A minor. Here, although the chord of resolution is an A major chord, only the note D sharp, the upper note of the augmented sixth interval, moves by step to E, while the F leaps to the A major's third. The German sixth fifth degree also leaps to the A major chord's root note. Here then, this German sixth is used as a common tone augmented sixth chord, which here shares its A note with the subsequent A major chord, the dominant of D minor. Schubert also occasionally exploits the enharmonic connection between the dominant seventh and augmented sixth chords, such as here where this dominant seventh chord resolves to this E-flat Neapolitan sixth, a resolution here affected over a B-flat pedal. Schubert then writes the same notes as a German sixth, with the A-flat written as a G sharp, which he then resolves to the initial chord of a cadential 6/4 progression in D minor. Schubert also uses inverted augmented sixth chords. Sometimes known as diminished third chords, these chords contain the same notes and typically resolve the same as the various augmented sixth chord types, but are not used in root position. Here, for example, while the notes of these French sixths resolve as expected, all are inverted. This French sixth resolves to a first inversion E minor triad, this one to a first inversion D minor triad, this one to a first inversion G minor triad, and these two to root position A minor triads. Here also, this inverted Italian sixth moves to a second inversion G minor triad without its third. In this instance, these chords again result from large-scale voice leading, with the outer piano parts moving in contrary motion. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.